Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, The Eaton Squad. So on today's update, I am going to give you guys the details on the passengers that are allowed to enter the Philippines starting February 16 of 2021 and who are these visa holders. Details coming right up. So with the Philippine government welcoming more foreign nationals into the country, here is the revised guidelines from the Bureau of Immigration per IATF Resolution number 97 and 98. So here are the visa holders that are allowed to enter the Philippines during the time of the pandemic and starting February 16 of 2021. Please take note, these visa holders that are allowed to enter the Philippines doesn't need any DFA authorization or endorsement. So let's get to the list of visa holders that are allowed to enter the Philippines beginning February 16 of 2021. Number 1, 9E visa holders, diplomats accredited to Philippines including foreign embassies and foreign government and international organization officials. Next is foreign airline crew. 9C visa holders, these are foreign seafarers visa. 9D visa holders or treaty traders visa for US, Japan, and Germany. Section 13 series of Commonwealth Act number 613 amended. These are the 13 quota, 13A, 13B, 13C, 13D, 13E, and 13G visas. Number 6 is RA 7919 visa holders, the Social Integration Act of 1995, granted to qualified foreign nationals who have entered the country prior to June 30 of 1992. Number 7 is Executive Order 324 visa holders, legal residents granted under Executive Order 324 for qualified foreign nationals who entered the Philippines before January 1 of 1984. Number 8 is native-born visa holders, foreign children born to foreigners with permanent resident status in the Philippines. Number 9, temporary resident visa or TRV holders based on MO ADD-01-038 or ADD-02-015. So the temporary resident visa, these are visas granted to citizens from India. Number 10, MCL-07-021 permanent resident visa holders for Chinese nationals married to Filipino citizens. 11. The following shall be allowed entry provided they have a valid, new, or existing visa and the principal Philippine national is in the country. So on number 11, the new and existing visa, this is the 9A visa or the temporary visitor's visa issued to immediate family of Filipino nationals which the principal Filipino national is already in the Philippines. So these are the following that can secure visa to be allowed entry into the Philippines. Letter A is foreign spouse of Filipino nationals. Letter B, foreign minor children and foreign children with special needs regardless of age of Filipino nationals. And letter C, foreign parents of minor Filipino children and of Filipino children with special needs regardless of age. You will be granted 9A visa if your spouse or wife is already in the Philippines. You have to apply for a 9A visa in one of the Philippine consulates abroad where you are under the jurisdiction with, submit the requirements. If you need any guidelines on how to submit a 9A visa requirements, we have a tutorial video in the channel, so please check that out. So these are the following that can secure a 9A visa if you are traveling alone, married to a Filipino national, and that principal Filipino national is already in the Philippines. So please take note of that. Number 12, foreign nationals in possession of Recognition Certificate or Citizenship Retention and Reacquisition Act of 2003. So number 12 is the dual citizenship. If you are a former Filipino and applied for a dual citizenship and who has retained and reacquired their Filipino citizenship, you are allowed to travel to the Philippines starting February 16. Actually, you guys have been allowed to travel to the Philippines started last February 1. So if you are a dual citizen, you should possess 2 passports, which is your foreign passport and your Philippine passport. And just in case you don't have your Philippine passport or you haven't applied for Philippine passport yet, you need to bring your dual citizenship paperwork that was given to you during your oath taking in one of the Philippine embassies abroad. So please take note of that, because airlines check if you really are a dual citizen. You have to provide them proof that you became or you reacquired your Filipino citizenship already. Number 13, Executive Order 226 visa holders, to include SIRV visa holders issued under Executive Order 226 but not issued under Executive Order 63. RA 8756 visa holders, these are Regional Office Headquarters visa intended for executive positions for multinational companies. 4782 visa holders issued by the Department of Justice, granted to foreign employees working for regional headquarters, regional operating headquarters, or employees of PISA and or BOI registered companies. 16 visas issued by the following: A. Aurora Pacific Economic Zone and Freeport Authority. B. Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority. C. Authority of the Freeport Area of Bataan. Letter D. Cagayan Economic Zone Authority. And letter E. Clark Development Corporation. The following shall be allowed entry under the Balikbayan Privileges, RA 6768, only nationals from non-visa required countries under Executive Order 408. These are the Filipino citizens, foreign spouses, and children regardless of age who are traveling with them. So on this category, if you are a foreign national traveling with a Filipino citizen going back to the Philippines, you will be able to avail the Balikbayan Privileges, which is a 1-year visa-free stay in the Philippines. Only if you are traveling with your wife or your spouse to the Philippines together. If you are traveling alone as a foreign national and married to a Filipino national, you have to secure a visa. Please take note of the difference, because there are passengers that still gets confused on this category. It's very simple. If you are traveling with your Filipino wife or Filipino spouse, you don't need a visa to enter the Philippines, and you can avail the Balikbayan Privileges, which is 1-year visa-free stay in the Philippines. But if you are traveling alone but married to a Filipino national, you will need to secure a 9A visa at the nearest Philippine consulate abroad. Please take note of that. Number 18, former Filipino citizens together with their foreign spouses and children regardless of age who are traveling with them. So number 18, if you are a former Filipino, these are Filipinos who naturalized abroad. For example, you naturalized in the United States, you become a U.S. citizen, but did not apply for dual citizenship. You are one of those that are allowed to enter the Philippines starting February 16. If you are traveling with your spouse or wife and children, they don't need a visa anymore, like I said, as long as you guys are traveling together. But if they are traveling alone, or if your foreign spouse or foreign children are traveling alone, they need to secure a 9A visa in the nearest Philippine consulate abroad. So please take note of that. Don't get confused. Former Filipinos, these are Filipino that naturalized abroad but did not apply for dual citizenship. You are still allowed to enter the Philippines, including your spouse and children, as long as you guys are traveling together. Number 19, 9G visa holder who departed the country on December 17 or later. Those with valid and existing visas as of March 20 of 2020 and who were not permitted to enter under previous IATF resolutions. So the following are allowed back into the Philippines. Number 20, those with valid 9G visa holders issued on or prior to March 20 of 2020 and with an expired visa at the time of entry. 21, those with valid 9F, SVEG, and SIRV under Executive Order 63, visa holders issued on or prior to March 20 of 2020 with unexpired visa at the time of entry. So these are the foreign nationals that are added on the list that are allowed to enter the Philippines beginning February 16 of 2021. If you need more details on this, we actually uploaded a video on that when this resolution has been announced by the Bureau of Immigration. So please do check out the channel on our travel updates. 9G, 9F, SVEG, and SIRV under Executive Order 63 visa holders who do not fall under the above categories must secure or present a DFA exemption or authorization upon immigration inspection. So these are the visa holders that I mentioned earlier whose visa were issued after March 20 of 2020. You guys will need to secure a DFA authorization or endorsement. We will have a separate video on that, on what entails with DFA authorization and endorsement. So it doesn't get confusing with this video, because I have contacted the Department of Foreign Affairs and they have sent me an email on what are the requirements to secure a DFA authorization or endorsement. So please watch out on that video. Holders of valid and existing Special Resident and Retirees Visa or SRRV and Section 9A Visa, provided they present an entry exemption document to the Bureau of Immigration upon arrival. So these visa holders are also added on the list of foreign nationals that are allowed to enter the Philippines beginning February 16, but they have to present a DFA endorsement or authorization for this particular category of visa. Like I mentioned, I will have a separate video on what are the requirements to secure a DFA endorsement and authorization. Number 22, Special Resident and Retirees Visa SRRV holders must present Entry Exemption Document or DFA endorsement to the Bureau of Immigration. Failure to present Entry Exemption Document shall be ground for exclusion, and the SRRV holders shall be immediately boarded in the next available flight. Number 23, 9A visa holders. The presentation of an entry exemption document, DFA endorsement, does not guarantee the entry of passengers seeking admission as temporary visitors visa under Section 9A shall be able to establish their purpose of travel as stated in their respective DFA endorsement. So to those who wants to secure a 9A visa with DFA endorsement, it's still not guaranteed that you will be granted visa. It's kind of disappointing that you have submitted all the requirements, the application and all that stuff, the DFA endorsement and everything like that to secure a visa, but still it's not guaranteed. All you can do right now is try. Additional requirements for arriving immigrant and non-immigrant visa holders issued by the Bureau of Immigration. Immigrants must present valid re-entry permit or validity extended re-entry permit unless otherwise exempted. Failure to present valid re-entry permit or valid extended re-entry permit shall be a ground for exclusion, and the immigrant shall be immediately boarded in the next available flight. For non-immigrants, must present valid special return certificate or validity extended special return certificate unless otherwise exempted. Failure to present valid special return certificate or validity extended special return certificate shall be a ground for exclusion, and non-immigrant shall be immediately boarded in the next available flight. All foreign nationals, except for Section 9E visa holders, shall present a pre-booked accommodation for at least 6 nights in an accredited quarantine hotel or facility at the immigration counters for initial check. Those who fail to present a pre-booked accommodation shall be denied entry and shall be boarded immediately in the next available flight. Please take note that pre-booked accommodation for your accredited hotel for quarantine is now required. Airlines are now checking for confirmation of your booking for quarantine for at least 6 nights. So please make sure that you have pre-booked your hotel before you even head to the airport. The initial check performed by immigration authorities shall not in any way interfere with the Department of Tourism's exclusive jurisdiction on the final validation and confirmation of pre-booked accommodation in an accredited quarantine hotel or facility. All foreign nationals who were cleared for entry but subsequently found to have presented a counterfeit or fraudulent pre-booked accommodation in an accredited quarantine hotel or facility by the Department of Tourism. I know this video is quite long, but these are the passengers that are allowed to enter the Philippines beginning February 16 of 2021. So please be guided of this revised guideline per IATF Resolution number 97 and 98 and per Bureau of Immigration Advisory. I hope you guys are one of those visa holders that are allowed to enter the Philippines beginning February 16 of 2021. And I wish you guys safe travels to the Philippines. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family whom you know that can use this video as reference. If you are new to our channel, welcome. We do travel updates, and if you are not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will be notified on updates like this. And to our subscribers and new subscribers, thank you so much for the continued support and trust to our channel, The Eaton Squad. I hope to see you guys on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye.